Yo, welcome back to the BST4 channel. Witness, what's going on? What's happening, man? Listen, thank you guys for supporting and checking out the channel, man, and rocking with me, man. I really do appreciate it, man, and thank you for all the guys with the support, with the comments. Thank you so much. So behind the scenes, man, I went and I installed this thing here, you know, hooked up the vacuum to it because in theory it's supposed to raise the pressure and the RPM goes up. You know, that's what should be on this here. That's why a lot of guys with those Crown Victoria bills, they just do a return system type style. But you can use it for a returnless. You just plug it in, go here, boom, and I can make it a return too, as far as, you know, the bottom half of it, just have a return line going back. Before we get into that, man, because this is a headache, I wanted to show you a few things. Now this here, man, look, this is not for style, man. All right, it's an ugly behind steering wheel. But it's for me to see the gauges. This got to come off now. So when I'm looking at it, boom, I can see that gauge there, and I can see that gauge there, and I can see these two things here. That's what it's for. Now, with the stock steering wheel, I should have never taken it out. I should have just left it in there. But the stock steering wheel, you can kind of see it. It's kind of covered just a little bit, kind of like this. But this one here, which is a whatever kind of thingy, you know what I'm talking about. You guys who do the circle track, you know what steering wheel this is. Certified, genuine, one of those steering wheels. Ugly as heck, ugly, but it's totally functional. I will have the little pad that's coming in, and I'll have that in there, and it feels a lot better as far as control. So that's what we're going on. So back to this little thing here. I installed it and everything, and I broke that daggone gauge glass. Let's go in here and check it out, man. I have to show you this stuff here. You know, I could have said, yeah, you know, blah 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 blah, but you know, I didn't want to bull crap you, man. I broke it, keeping it 100, man. Sucked, and I was tightening it by hand, and it just pink. That sucked, but I had something to plug the hole. Now, on top of it, man, I wanted to share this with you guys too, man. I bought this thing here for $50. If you guys don't know what it is, it's a center force clutch. This is the same clutch that's inside of my white Crown Victoria that's outside there with the mismatched clutch, but it still worked though. This here cost me under $50. It's crazy. It's new. The guy just had it sitting. You know what I mean? See it was sitting a little rust there, but look at this. Stickers are still on it. It is legit. $250 to $350 for this, man. 50 bucks, under 50 bucks. Ship. Such a good deal, man. I want to thank that guy for hooking me up with that, man. I really, really do appreciate it. And behind the scenes too, taking the wheel off of that. Have you guys ever taken a tire off one of these? Headache. Headache. So now, let's get back to this Maverick here. Enough of that stuff. I just wanted to keep you guys updated on what I was doing. It was tough. All right. That don't work. All right. I installed that, and it came out to be the same situation, man. It was like, okay, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. It worked just a little bit, but it wasn't quite it, man. That did not work. Probably seen the picture on the community tab, but when it didn't work, I started to think, man, I said, you know what, something else is going on with this. So what I had to do, man, I had to put more gas in there, and I thought that was it. That wasn't it. So as you guys can see, man, I had to, you know, lubricate it and everything. I took this pump out. Took the pump out. Luckily, I had a spare pump, which was in here. You know, I did all of that behind the scenes, you know, whatever. So here it is, man. This is the pump. It sucks. There's a few things that happened with this pump. As soon as I picked the pump up, the wire that I had on here with the clip, that fell out. Because I remember I kind of tried to solder it in there, and it wasn't quite it. Now, to be honest with you, now, I probably could have somehow fix that thing, put it in, and get it to go, and it would have been all right. But what happened? You know what? I just installed a different pump because somehow I was feeling like this pump is a problem. You know what I mean? And plus this, I had this tightened up around the thing too, and that slipped out. So it's probably losing pressure from there too. So, you know, the install on this was probably bad. So let that warm up before we hit that gas.
20 minutes later.
So now it started to idle down. Let's see what it would do. We got that thing to run. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. So, I mean, for all the guys who were saying, you know, the TPS, O2 sensors and all of that stuff there, this thing needs good fuel pressure. I'm really happy. Don't get me wrong, I'm really happy, but there's a lot of things before I even get to drive this thing. I have to jack it up, make sure a lot of bolts underneath there is tightened. You know what I mean? I got to make sure there's bolts on things. You know what I mean? I got to double check and really look and think if anything is loose or anything. I mean, look at this. I got plugs. You know, I gotta make sure things are legit. That pump in there is not even a high pressure pump, I don't think, if I don't remember. I think it is actually. But the cool thing about it, man, it starts up really well. Everything, the gears. We're in the home stretch. The car is looking pretty daggone good. So, all right, man, we got this thing here to move, man. The corporate was this thing here. Who knew? But it could have been the wires that was messing it up. Could have been, or this thing wasn't right, you know. We don't know. But it definitely, that did not help. But this ain't really harming much. I'm glad I have it. Now, again, like I mentioned, I'm going to be putting something over here around this, you know, and everything like that. And then we'll probably be doing something. I have an idea of what to do with this, depending if the car is really solid, but we're going to leave it NA for a very long time. And we're just going to start going inside the car and getting things underway. You know what I mean? Like, I got to make something for that, to go over that, get a longer gear shifter situation. The seat, that's only for now. It's not really in there nice, but it'll do for now. One of the guys out there was talking about this item here. Ooh, man. Hopefully he's watching, man. I forgot your name, bro. I want to say it was, I don't know if they go Bob. I want to say it was him. I forgot who told me this, but this thing here, I think this is for this side. That's going to be a problem. You know what I mean? This thing is just not going to work. You know what I mean? So, but we're going to make it work somehow, even if I have to raise it up or bend it or something. We'll make something to make it work some kind of way. We need that on there. That's more important than anything else on the car. So we need to definitely get that right and getting the interior right and everything like that, man. So, man, thank you guys for watching this episode of Build Something TV, man. Hope you guys were enlightened, because I was. Fuel pump. Sometimes you just got to go real simple, you know. I did check this. I did check that by plugging them out, plugging them back in. Shouldn't be doing that, but I did. And I went around and everything seemed okay. And I was just like, let's install this. That didn't work. It worked a little bit. And I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and take this out. And luckily I had a fuel pump on tap. So, man, I mean, if you guys have your Crown Victoria, man, I'll probably make another video on it. There's a few parts you're just going to have on hand with your Crown Victoria, maybe any car. But your Crown Victoria, depending on how many miles you got and you just got it, this might be one of the things you need to keep on hand. So you can just go ahead and get it done and get it right and get it tight. That might be something that you need. Next video, man, we're going to drive this. Now, we got to get everything tightened underneath there. You know, there's a lot of loose stuff in here. I mean, I got to get this radiator rocking, you know what I mean? And there's a lot of stuff that I got to do. You see that? Loose. So I got to tighten it up front, and we'll see you guys on the next one. All right, man? Later.